Hello, YouTube. How's it going? My name is Omar Sagir, as you all know, the MCO, aka MC Obnoxious H, aka the Arabian Dragon, aka the Universal Man, aka whatever. I'm here to talk about working at a snail's pace. Just to be clear, you know. So, again, as you all know, that I've been working on a new album for the past month or so, couple of months. Um, I've been taking my time with it, been trying to get it right. The approach on this project is I'm taking my time with it. There's no rush. Doubt there's going to be any release dates this year, maybe next year. So I decided to kind of push that back because today I was just on this writing, scrambling up some writings and really getting to editing stuff and just rewriting some stuff. So it's definitely going to be a long process. So we're just still in that brainstorming phase. Definitely going to take my time with this one for sure. This one's going to be a whole different vibe. It's going to be reminiscent of the old days mixed with the new stuff. So there's a good combination there. Harkens back to the poetic aspect of my life to the new wave. So other than that, I've been just consistent with my writing, just trying to fill the cup up sometimes. I'm just gonna really be just be onto this very individually. Every song is gonna be treated individually. Every poem is going to be treated individually because, like I said, I'm also working on a poetry album. So there's going to be a music album and there's going to be a poetry album, which I'm planning to put out next year. I'm also working on the extended editions for my novels. So that's going to come out next year, hopefully, God willing. Short film is in the works too. Like I said, this year, I really wanted this year to be the year of marketing, the year of promotion, the year of sharing my stuff, which I've been doing. I've been sharing my stuff on my social media, resharing some of my old stuff, some of my new stuff, my demo reels, my highlight videos, all that good stuff, you can find on my channel. I've been live streaming too, just to kind of update people of what's been going on. Like this year, I've been focusing on putting out skits, doing my demo reels, really just, put my acting chops, like my speaking and non-speaking roles out there and showing people what I've done and what I'm doing. Keep people up to speed of what I've been up to for the past 10 years or recently or whatever, since last year. Because the last 4 albums I put out was last year. It was more like a quarterly, every 3 months I worked. I definitely wrote and recorded and did all that stuff with my softwares and stuff in the studio or whatever. Experimented, did a lot of experimentations with those projects. Just went in a direction that was different than the initial era of my musical career. And at the same time, it was more a closure because I released my 2 books, my first ever fictional novels. So, but next year I'll be closing up that chapter of my life with this project and with the stuff that's going to come out next year. This year, I just want to, I wouldn't say take a break. I'm just doing everything at a very slow pace, at a snail's pace. I'm trying to take my time. I'm trying to focus on the quality of this stuff. Because if everyone knows me at this point, it took me years to get to recording my first EP, my first album, studio album, my first poetry album. And then when COVID happened and all that stuff, I had to rechange my strategy. And I was doing remixes, covers, song covers, been around acting wise, writing wise. I still stayed active. So this year, it was more about promoting everything that I've done during the lockdowns or whatever. So make no mistake about it. I still come here. I still, talk my stuff, update everyone and keep busy. been handling some other stuff too, like with the gym and just trying to get get in shape physically, mentally, emotionally, and I've been getting back at that ever since my injury. I got injured, got surgeries, a couple of surgeries actually, knee surgery, wisdom teeth, all that good stuff. So yeah, this year has been a snail's pace year, but it's been a good year. It's been a very relaxing year. It's more reminiscent of the 2019 year of 2019, where I took it easy and I did my poetry album at the time and just let it, circulated all my efforts and you know just really took it easy, like shows and stuff wise. So this year I've been doing that at the age of 35. No regrets. I managed to get my IMDb, my demo reel. I have a rehearsal coming up this Saturday. So this like upcoming Saturday, I have a rehearsal. See if it works or not. If it works out, cool for a speaking role, for like a mystery type of deal, short film, or a feature film. Actually, this is going to be a bigger production, so I think that's going to be pretty cool to build my second demo reel, my speaking role demo reel, because I have Intimaphobia coming out, directed by Wild West, and he got the footage I sent him, so he's still working on that. That's coming out maybe in October, so we'll see. So stuff is moving, but just not moving at a breakneck speed like it did last year, because last year it was the busiest, I'm telling you. But it was good. It was a good year, and this year's even like a really good year because I'm kind of like, it's more kind of like okay, God's telling me take it easy, just take a break. You got injured. We're just restructuring you. I'm restructuring you. I'm building you. I'm making you better than you were before. So this is like a pit stop, And so for people out there that are doubting my abilities and are doubting me, and they want me to just bang out content, just garbage, it's quality over quantity. And for me, it's like we live in an era where it's like a microwave era and everybody just wants to be trending, and they'll only get their 5 seconds of fame and then they'll move on. I don't operate like that. I kind of did at some point in my life, and everything that I've done, I've managed to pull it together. I've managed to find that middle ground. There's one point where I was overworking myself. I was exhausting myself. I burnt myself out. And there were times where I just did nothing. So it always came like a wave, like a dragon's hump or something. Like just the motion has always been like that. So again, snail's pace, just taking my time. There's no rush to anything. There's no expectations. I still get offers to perform. I still get places to perform. And I've done a couple of shows here, a few things there. Got my, like, there's still that like instilled faith in me as a person, as a brand, because some people respect me. The people that respect me and that reach out to me, I'm grateful for people like that who truly understand what I'm trying to go for. Now, some people do, some people don't. Some people don't want to understand. They deem me a little too different or whatever, but it's all good. I'm good. I'm telling you, this is the best I've ever felt. And I think next year will be a true testament for that. I don't think I'm going to release anything this year. Nothing official. Just going to take my time, work on every single song, every single poem. And next year, I really want to come back and I'm also going to novelize the short film that I'm working on, that we're going to be filming soon. That way it will be kind of like, just to kind of like coincide with the extended edition of my books, because that's going to be like a what if edition in relation to those characters in those, like the main characters in those two books. And then I'll be able to move on to the next project. As for music, I did say I wanted to just halt for a bit, and I did that. But there's one more thing there's just this thing that I wanted to cap off, like in regards to this era that for the past 10 years you've been seeing. So there's a lot of things I wanted to say and uncover. And like I said, you're going to see some stuff of me that you're not going to think of. You're going to look at me differently after this project, even after the books, the extended editions, which I already have the edits done. I just need to actually, this is why I personally love writing during the winter, where I'm just cooped up in the house and I'm just like in writing mode. Or if the weather is gloomy a bit. But when the sun is out, I like to go out and go out and about and stuff like that. So again, snail's pace. No need to rush. I'm not rushing into anything. I think there was a lot of criticisms and a lot of stuff. Like either way, people don't care. I don't know. Like people either they don't pay attention or they don't want to pay attention, or they kind of look at me a certain way. I'm an exclusive artist. I feel like I built myself to be an exclusive artist. Less is more. I don't need to. I feel like I said what I had to say in poetry form, in writing form, in music form, and the way I presented myself when I was doing the song covers terribly, the way I was conducting myself during those periods, whether it be remixes, song covers, karaoke, you name, even battle rap, like just freestyle Fridays, ciphers, all that stuff. Been there, done that. You already know. I've already paid my dues, so that's why I don't have to especially at this age where I already proved myself as an actor, as a writer, that I'm capable of doing that. It'll be nice to kind of add a couple of more speaking roles for my acting career to build my demo reel too, which is going to be exclusively for speaking roles. So I try to separate different art forms. I don't try to converge this and that. So I don't want one thing to overlap the other. I think everything is done separately, but all this is under my brainchild, the way I think, the way I use my imagination, the way I use my creativity. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's all about imagination. And how can you explain point A to point B and the in-betweens, and just how one thing will remind you of the other, and just like these little obscure references and things that I make for myself and I think about out loud or in my head, and how I talk to myself and just reassuring myself, this is what I do. That's all I gotta say. Like I can say this in person, but the plot doesn't change. It doesn't thicken. It doesn't anything. Like it's been like this for more than 10, if not 20 years. This is like 20, 30 years in the making. You're seeing me expressing the stuff I've been through for the past 3 decades. And you're seeing me expressing, like every song is going to be loaded with memories, loaded with experiences, loaded with experiments, just like how my poetry was, just like how my old hip hop songs were, just like how my act, just everything. You're seeing everything in real time. You're experiencing something really special, something very unique. I don't think you've ever seen anything like it, whether it be the rap scene, the hip hop scene, the R&B scene, the pop scene, the folk music scene, the acting scene, or anything like it. You're seeing something different. You're seeing something unique. You're seeing someone whose name is Omar, the only Omar that's been out there doing it. I don't know about the other Omars out there, but no disrespect, but I am the Omar, the MCO. That's why I call myself the MCO. And some people perceive it as obnoxious, and that's why I hold that title near and dear, because it's not just me making fun of myself or poking fun of myself for how I sound like, but it's just the fact that I'm out here, salesmanship is obnoxious, marketing is obnoxious, all this stuff, nobody likes it. But you're going to see me no matter what. You're going to see me around. I'm going to put myself forward. I'm going to crave the attention. I love the attention. I want everybody to see this stuff, because this is all I have right now, if not ever, So all I got to say is this is so we're talking about snail's pace here. Overall, you are getting the best version of me, regardless. Every time I give it 110%. This project is in its brainstorming phase right now. So we're not even in the outlining phase. We're still writing these songs to certain beats. We're recording demos. We're just feeling the vibe right now. We're just feeling the process out. Trust the process is all part of the growth. And, it's again, like stylistically, tone wise, it's going to be a convergence of everything that I've done. And you're going to see a very complete Omar Sagir, AKA the MCO, the MC Obnoxious, the walking, talking machine of just being a corporate specialist, a marketing specialist. This is what I do. I'm that business casual. I dress out, looking good as fuck. And I just do what I need to do as professionally as possible. So you got this Middle Eastern half-breed, whatever you want to call me, just out here doing what I need to do. And I've been doing it for a while now. And everything that you saw before was a learning process. It was my transformative years. It was the people mentoring me and giving me gems and wisdom of maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. And I managed to transform and mutate all these things into something that's very special. And going back to my roots of like, okay, we've been trying different things like spoken word poetry, writing books, fictional novels, being a battle rapper, doing the ciphers, doing the Freestyle Fridays, doing, just building rapport and connecting with the hip hop scene, if not the R&B scene here in Ottawa. And even like the folk music scene here, I managed to make some friends along the way. Even the acting scene, as much as self-absorbing as that scene is, there's a couple of people I appreciate their efforts. Overall, I'm an artist. Whether people like to admit it or not, I'm an artist. I'm a marketing communication specialist. I'll always be a marketing communication specialist. I'll always be the advertising guy. I'll always be the promo guy. I'll always be the creative guy. I'll always be the imaginative guy. I'll always be the artist, the writer, the creator. And that's just who I am. I was put on this ground. I was put on this land. I was put on this earth to create and to imaginate and to just provide something special to the public. And I do it now very deliberately and diligently because I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've had a lot of triumphs, had a lot of failures, and I'm open, like 100%, as professional as possible. I had my moments where I acted like a jabroni, and there's moments where, now it's like, okay, well, I'm here. So I've arrived. I'm a 2-time published author. My name is Omar Sagir. I'm a 2-time published author. I go as the MCO, aka the musician, the entertainer, the caricature, or whatever you want to call me, the talk of the town, whether it be good or bad. I don't let all this other stuff bother me, to be honest. And I think, when you really think about it, when you really get to the root cause of all of this, it's like, this is 3 decades in the making, 3 decades of just pent-up creativity, pent-up imagination. I don't think you've ever seen anything like it before. You've seen a lot of imitators, a lot of fabricators, duplicants try to do exactly what I do, and they're trying to like put a spin on it in their own way. And I don't think you've seen anything like me. Like, I don't think the way I present myself, it's very like, people might think it's cool. Some people might not think it's cool. They think it's corny or cheesy or whatever. Yeah, I think people think it's like, oh, you're such a dweeb, such a dork, you're not cool, you're lame. I mean, you're this and that. But in reality, it's like, look, I like what I like, You're not going to change that. I'm a good-looking guy. I'm pretty strong, fast, durable. I have my flaws. I have my vulnerabilities. I have my insecurities, but my heart is on my sleeve, and you're going to see what you're going to see. Some people might not like the sound of my voice or how I enunciate or don't enunciate. Of the fact that my teeth, I have an underbite, and I'm my receding hairline makes me look older than I should, and how, what I have a midsection that's always like bloating, which makes people think I'm fat or something like that. But in reality, you don't know what you're talking about. I know fitness, I know diet. I've been yeah, involved in that for the past 15 years. So, and I had my ups and downs with it. Not gonna lie, but like I said, I'm not here to pretend to be a tough guy. Again, I do everything at a snail's pace because I'm a martial artist. I have patience. I meditate through this stuff. Like, I just really dump all this negative, toxic energy that's been hurled my way. The pen is mightier than the sword. I've managed to write every single garbage gunk that's been thrown in my way, actually. Just keep it at bay. Block that noise. You know, this is how I function. This is how I operate. I don't have anybody looking over my shoulder anymore. I don't have people breathing over my shoulder telling me you should do this and you should do that and you should aspire to be this and aspire to be that, or like criticize my choices, my career choices, or how I financially support myself, or how what I studied is something that they never mocked. But when I work a job or a career that I studied, they mock it. They make fun of it. They make fun of salespeople and door-to-door people and telemarketers and all this stuff. And they say we're annoying and obnoxious. That's why I took that moniker, MC Obnoxious, aka the MCO, the corporate brand. Me. This is me, Omar. Like the be-all, end-all of this shit. And I don't want anybody to tell me otherwise. I still have that ruthless aggression in me, corporation-wise. I studied business and marketing. I'm obviously, and even as a kid, I always wanted to like manage something. I always wanted to work at an office and just create something, write, just storytell and share to people and do presentations and stuff like that. Heck, you might see me on TED Talks one day before some people do. This is me. This is what I do. I work at a snail's pace. I work at a very, I do some blogs too sometimes, but now I've been hopping on these vlogs, which is easier to express. Just trying to test my promo / streaming chops. But that's just how it is. A lot of people came out of my life. They got out of my life. They came in my life. I had good people around me. I have my support system. A lot of people who respect me. A lot of people who kind of look a type of way at me. But it's all good. I ain't stressing. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm not in a hateful, vengeful mode. I think a lot of people might think just because I have my guard up or I hide my insecurities a little bit, they think that that's the case. But in reality, that's farther from the truth. Don't believe the rumors. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe people saying that I'm in this dark headspace. And the funny thing is, the same people that criticize me being in a good headspace, they want me to go back to that dark headspace when, my first EP came out, Refugee, Rhyme and Reason, which is the poetry album and the Rise of the Dragon album. I'm telling you, they want to see that, but it's just kind of embarrassing at this point. You want me to talk about these serious issues, and then you just want to not dip your hand into it. You want me to talk about these political, there's some people that want me to get deep into politics and religion and stuff like that. But it's the moment I do that, they're nowhere to be seen. They'll tell you to do it, and then they won't show up for it. They'll just be like, oh, whatever, he's a loser. He's a loser. What is he doing? I have money in my pockets. I have money in my, my wallet, and I'm flexing. What does he know? Trust me. I can be a prick as much as I want to be. You have no idea. When I block people and I talk down to people and I'm very condescending if I want to be, you will not like me as a human being. You will not wish well for me. Trust me. I'm not the one to fuck with when it comes to that. People see me as a very soft-spoken, just someone who minds his business and is not all about the drama and all this stuff. But they never really want to unleash the dragon, because if I really want to unleash the dragon, they will not like me. They will not show up to my funeral, and they will not appreciate me as a person, if not as an artist. Trust me. When I say these things, it's truth. God honest truth. Nobody can touch that. And I don't want people to come up to me and criticize me. I speak my mind. That's it. Like, I'm the truth. And this is why this next album will be very transparent. It's not to cause any problems. I'm not causing any problems, but I'm saying my truth, what I need to say, what I've experienced, the great things I've experienced, the positive, enlightening, happy things I've experienced. And ever since I came here, I said, I wanted to come here. I came here, happiest I've ever been. I'm this is the best version you're gonna get from me. And a lot of people want to bring me down. A lot of people want to, take away everything that I've built up for, because they can't support themselves. So all I'm saying is I'm the dragon. Whether you like it or not, I spit fire. I created your flame. And that's all I got to say. The dragon will live forever. That's it. I call myself the dragon. It's like the dragon's den. Think the dragon's den. This is like a business mindset. I'm trying to sell a product. I'm trying to sell a service here. I'm the ultimate businessman. I'm the ultimate businessman. Got my fumbling and stuff. I'm the ultimate communications specialist. This is what I do. I'm a salesman. I was born to do this. I was born to sell you a product. I was born to sell you a service. I was born to apply my knowledge and skills and mold myself and apply my talents and the greatest traits that have been instilled in me by the Creator himself, by God himself. He made me to be great. That's the reality. That's the reality of it. And I want people to understand this. God has put greatness in me. He made me to be someone who's able to lead. And I do have my flaws. I'm not saying I'm perfect. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but this is the reality, man. Ever since I was a kid, I knew I was great. Ever since I was a kid, I knew I had something special. I was put on this earth to do something. And you know what? I have. So far, I managed to make some shifts. I managed to, have people think a certain way and just embrace their creativity, whether they like to admit it or not. That's what I do. This is what I live for. I was put on this earth for that purpose, to inspire people. And I don't want people to say otherwise. The people that say, oh, you got to humble yourself and you're too cocky, you're too arrogant, and, just you're blowing gas up yourself. And what? No, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I'm already high up in the sky. I'm already in the sky, looking down on you, trying to uplift you. But you turn my hand away when I try to pick you up. That's what I do. I am in the sky. I'm high in the sky. I'm a spaceman. I said I was going to be a spaceman, and therefore I am a spaceman. I'm up in the sky right now. And people want to pull me down. Why do you want to pull me down? Why, you're mad? You're upset? You're a hater? You're jealous? Why, you're mad because I'm not putting out tracks every week or every month or every few months? What's it to you? I work at my own pace. I dictate my own pace. And this is not anger. This is passion. I'm saying this truthfully. And sometimes it does get aggravating. But I'm just talking my thing, This is a reminder to myself. This is a motivation to myself. This is how I motivate myself. This is how I motivate people, And people want to laugh at those motivational posters that have lions and, dragons and wolves on them. No, come on, be real here. You were put on this earth for a purpose. So don't tell me otherwise. Everybody has the ability to have that greatness and dig deep and just pull it out and just apply it. Nobody can touch me right now. Nobody can touch me. I'm untouchable right now. And I know a lot of people want to knock down my efforts and laugh it off and think it's a joke. What have they achieved? Nothing. These are armchair quarterbacks at best. They have nothing. They have no articulation. They're not fluent in Arabic. They're not fluent in English. They're damn sure not learning French. I'm out here. I'm out here doing what I need to do. And yes, I'll say I. It's all about me. I am the center of the attention. The world is mine if I make it. The world is yours if you make it too. You're the main character if you want to be. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. I don't want people to say that there's anything wrong with making this whole world yours. Your world is this world is for you for the taking. It's to you for the taking. Go out there and get it. I'm out here giving it. I own it. That's what I do. I own it. Like, this is mine. All of this is mine. And it might not be mine at the end, but you're alive. You're out here. Just, you might as well own it. Like, there's a lot of people that think, they want to talk out loud and think they own this and that. And it's like, nah, you're not. Mine's bigger. I have two words. Mine's bigger. Mine's really big. And that's all I gotta say. And I do these every other day or every day because, like I said, for half an hour, I got the time. I just dispel all this energy, this toxic negative energy or whatever you want to call it. Put it down on paper, type it up, write it, structure it, because I got all these ideas that I'm brainstorming. These ideas I'm putting into paper and I'm throwing away and I'm pulling and I'm doing this and that, And I will say this, whether they like to admit it or not, they can learn a lot from me, and they have. Trust me. Everything that they're doing now, everything that these people are doing now, I taught them that. I did it before them. There were times where I succeeded, and there were times where I failed. I'll admit it. But nobody can claim to be a dragon like me, because I'm the one who paved the way. That's all I gotta say. Again, back to the topic at hand, snail's pace. So a lot of people are all about the trends and get to popping and whatever, and they don't care about me as a person. They don't care about my ideologies. They don't care about my agenda. They don't care about what I believe in. They don't care about my truth. They don't care about my truth. They don't care what I represent. They don't care about what I like, what I don't like. They don't care about what I love and what I don't love. They don't care about the infatuations I had and the infatuations I didn't have. They didn't care about the celebrity crushes I had, or the people that looked like them, or the people that I surrounded myself around when I was in Lebanon. They didn't. They don't care. They don't ask about that. They don't ask about my friends from there. They don't ask about my crushes from back then. They don't ask about the people I had an eye on for a while. They don't ask about all these little details that I hold precious in my heart and soul, because they don't care. They don't care about me as a person, and that's fine. Because, at the end of the day, who cares about myself? I do. And I'll always care about myself, and screw anybody who wants to say otherwise. Screw anybody who says, oh, you're selfish or you're not being humble. You're damn right. And I am selfish, and I said it before in my life. I will do whatever I can to get to what I want. I will look you in the eye and say, I will step over your neck to get to what I want. Because at the end of the day, the world is yours to claim. And you should do that too. And some people do, but they don't admit it. I'm admitting it to you. I'm being honest to you. Like, I know it's kind of harsh, but I will put myself before anybody. That's all I gotta say. And you should too. I know people say, well, you're creating a selfish generation here. What is this? Look, I'm 35 years old. Trust me, the past 10 years, I've been nothing but selfless. I've been humble, been very modest, been very respectful, very professional. I'm still professional, and I'll keep being professional. But you got to have your boundaries. You got to be affirmative. Don't be aggressive. Just be in that mindset. Because when you deal with people, it'll be knocked down a few notches, and then you'll have that right sweet spot of being, professional, and firm. Not aggressive, not violent at all. I don't do that. I know some people like to do that and they think it's cool. Some people like to act out and they think they're all that and they're bucking up and thinking they're aggressive and they like to curse and they like to be rude and unprofessional. But I'm not like that. I will never be like that. I learned how to be a professional back in college. I graduated Algonquin College and I graduated with good certificates and awards and accolades. And I can show you my accolades. I still have my portfolio. I had a hand in building B at Algonquin College, the School of Business. I had a hand in that, just so you know. When we were doing that little project for students, and when we did the first contact initiation for like the corporations, I was at the very first one, the inauguration one. But people tend to forget. I don't talk about it, and I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to brag. I got a lot of things to brag about. I'm a 2-time published author. Are you a 2-time published author? No. Exactly. And when I was certain people's ages, when I was in my 20s, bro, I had like the best writers and the best actors and the best filmmakers and the best singers and the best artists in this city helped me out. And I became one of them, to a point where I became one of them and they saw me as competition, which is fine. Because now I'm in the mix right now at this moment after the fact. And after I get this extended edition for the books, I'm already there anyways, but I'm just saying that's that little cherry on top. That's the sprinkles, the sprinkles they put on the ice cream or the cakes. That's just that, I'm miles ahead of everybody. Nobody can touch me. Nobody can touch me. And I'll say this truthfully. And you can deny it, you can laugh at it, you can mock it, you can joke around with it, but this is the God-given truth right here, just like how he's the only one, Nobody can, this is the undeniable truth. That at this point in my life, I'm operating on all cylinders, if not beyond that. Nobody can deny that. Nobody can deny that. I dare anybody that can deny that. And if they do, they're a hater. They've always been a hater. They've always doubted my writing abilities. They think that my writing is, it sucks, or they want to joke around the fact that I didn't do this or didn't do that when I'm a 2-time published author and one chapter can outweigh your whole friggin' career. One chapter of my life, one page of my life and my artistic career can outweigh their whole existence. Because these are babies that are crawling in their diapers, shitting themselves when other people were drawing in their rooms and when other people were creating and when other people were doing something. But that's all gone. And look at me now. I'm working at a snail's pace now because I've banged out hit after hit after hit after hit, moment after moment, just, knocking it out the park. And yeah, there was a couple of flops. I will admit it. There was a lot of lapse of judgment, a couple of flops. And this is what I do. Nobody can deny my passion. Nobody can deny my persistence or my consistency. And I'll always be here. And the dragon will always be forever. And it can outweigh, and nobody, no matter who comes back, no matter who resurrects themselves, no matter who rises from the ashes, I'm always here. That's why I say dragon forever, live on. The dragon will always be here. They never went anywhere. I never went anywhere. The dragon will always be here. Because I will always spit fire. I'll always generate that flame. Even when I'm in my 30s or 40s or 50s or whatever. Undisputed. Untouchable. That's just who I am. And this is not a catchphrase. That is the reality of it. And you got these little wannabes running around trying to out just because I'm old or washed up or whatever. They want to try to take me out of the picture. When I made the picture, I made the frame. I'm the blueprint. Nobody can deny that. I'm the one who laid the foundation of creativity. One. That's it. None other. My imagination knows no bounds. At the end of the day, and here's the reality of the matter. Quality over quantity, less is more. I've already said what I had to say. Everyone who wants to nag me and ask if I'm still rapping or if I'm still doing music or whatever, and they want to laugh at it and think it's a whole joke and a hoax or whatever I do when this is my passion, this is what I dreamt of. and I achieved, and I've gotten to know the big names and the people in the industry on a first name basis, I don't need to brag about that though. You see, a lot of people want me to brag about that because they think that's cool and they think, oh, show off this, show off that. I don't need to do that. And I'll never need to do that. Everybody knows my name, you know? People talk about me, whether it be good or bad. It's brought up. My name has been dropped in the battle rap scene, and I'm not even involved in that anymore. In the film scene, in the music scene, you name it, I'm always going to be talked about because I did something different. I did something unique, and maybe it came across, it rubbed people the wrong way, but I'm here. I had families, friends, connections, acquaintances bog down on me and talk negative about me when I turn all that negativity into positivity, and I'll continue to turn it into a positivity because you know why? Because I'm here. I'm the dragon. I'm forever going to be here. I am forever. That's all I got to say. I don't have to die and rebirth myself. I'm always going to be here because my content is legendary. It's for eternity. It'll forever be a vibe. It'll always be a vibe, and it's not going to go anywhere. And like I said, going back to this whole snail's pace, pot roast, it's not microwave music. It's not microwave content. This is stuff you can revisit and then really truly appreciate and have it simmer and stew on it. Like, brewing on the, while it's getting cooked. Old school, traditional, forever school. That's how it is. And that's why it's taking forever. Because everything that I do has longevity. It passes the microwave test. You can recook it, reheat it, reheat it. It's always going to be good. It's still going to have that quality. Everything I do is blessed. It's only operated under God Almighty, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's all I got to say. So that fire, that passion never goes away. And it will never go away. You know why? To prove it to myself. And not even that, but I know who I am. And I remembered who I was and who I am and who I'll forever be. I am the dragon. I am the Arabian dragon. That's the reality. The MCO, the marketing champion, the marketing communication specialist, the language master, the universal man, the one and only, the Omar that truly matters in this city, the one who's out there making a name for himself and his brand, because I am a walking brand. I am the walking example. And all these artists need to take notes and follow up and follow through. All I gotta say is dragon forever. Live on.